Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. We are your hosts, Wes Troop
and Emily Liston.
And this week we're going to be talking about one of the first stunt shows in any theme park. We're going to be talking about the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular.
Da, 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 da,
Da, da, da, da. That's fun. One of the first shows that opened at Disney's Hollywood Studios, then MGM Studios, is the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. Not only does the show transport viewers into the world of Indiana Jones, it also shows the audience how the stunts from the films are done and how they are pulled off without the performer being injured. The show is directed by Glenn Randall, who was the stunt coordinator for the film Raiders of the Lost Ark, and produced by George Lucas.
The show was set to be a stunt show, but some of the storylines went through some changes until the creative team came up with the show we have today. Indiana Jones is the first theme park show to use a computer-based show control system, as well as a programmable logic controller, which is sometimes controlled by the actors and by some of the cast members. The new idea inspired many other stunt shows throughout Disney parks, as well as Universal Studios. Your favourite.
Yeah.
It has also been decided that some audience members will get right into the act with some exciting participation. The Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular opened on the 25th of August 1989, just a few months after the park opened.
Guests line up to file into the large theater, which holds over 2,000 people. Also keep an eye out outside of the theater for a sign that says "Do not pull rope." Find it and pull the rope and see what happens. 20 minutes prior to the show, the audience is entertained by a live performer. After that, a supposed casting director picks out a few lucky volunteers from the audience to be extras in the show. There's always a plant in the crowd that always dons a Hawaiian t-shirt and tricks the audience into thinking he's being beaten up later on.
The show starts off with a bang as a reenactment of the opening temple scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark, which sees a stunt performer playing Indy coming down from the ceiling, dodging spikes and axes, and of course a massive 12-foot, 440-pound boulder. The director yells cut and then explains to the audience what's going on and how the stunts we just saw were done as the set changes. A stunt performer playing the character of Marion from the film joins the action as well. Other scenes from Raiders are included, like a fight from the marketplace, an explosive moment with a truck, and a grand finale with a World War II plane.
The show was closed for refurbishment in January of 2000 for the first time since the park opened. It reopened 6 months later after the complete overhaul, which included everything from a new sound system and lighting to a new airplane. Indiana Jones' Epic Stunt Spectacular lasts about 30 minutes once it begins, and while it takes some time out of your day, it's good to see at least once.
I enjoy it. I really, really like it. We see it every time we go, which you probably can't believe, because that means I've seen it 13 times. Pretty good. Really like it. Makes me laugh and cringe at the cheesiness of it, but I still really like it.
I thought you were going to say you were afraid of the big boulder.
No. Yeah, so I've been to Paris, Disneyland Paris, and the, Indiana Jones is a roller coaster there. So that was pretty fun. I queued for like 2 hours. It was over in like 20 seconds. It does a loop, and the loop is really tiny. It's really, really tiny. I mean, it's kind of scary. But yeah, you queue up in the kind of jungly kind of area, whatever you want to call it, and it's a ride. So I think it's better in Disney World, to be honest.
As a show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I don't know if I went 13 times that I would see it every time. I've gone 6 times, and I think I've seen it 4. I haven't seen it in at least 12 years. Well, guess what? It's still the same show. So,
yeah, we should, when we go to Florida, we should put our hands up to go on it.
Oh, you mean as volunteers?
Yeah.
I want to be the plant. I'll come in the Hawaiian shirt. Maybe they'll think I am.
You won't be able to lift yourself off the floor.
You'd have to come and help me. Be like, no.
That wasn't a personal insult to you. I couldn't even do that. Not that far up. He goes right back.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good show to see at least once, or 13 times, like Emily says. But there's a lot of the shows at Disney Hollywood Studios take a lot out of your day, and you have to plan around them a lot. Like you have to, Indiana Jones might start at 1:30, and you'll be like, oh, well, that means I got to eat lunch at 12:30 and do this and that and try to do this ride and that ride. And then there's like 3 or 4 other big shows that take a half an hour out at least, or an hour out of your day to see. So you only have so much time. Then again, there aren't that many rides at the Hollywood Studios. So but I mean, like the one time we decided to see the car show instead of the Indiana Jones because we had never seen the car show, and then we wished we had went to Indiana Jones after seeing the car show because that sucked. But
it's okay. I liked it the first couple of times. It's old now.
Almost none of the stunts got pulled off when I saw it, so
that's bad.
They're like, this is what it would have looked like had the stunt actually been pulled off.
That's unfortunate.
I'm like, oh, that's nice. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth checking out. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, it's definitely worth it. What are some of your favorite scenes?
I actually like the beginning scene where the spikes come up and he kind of dashes between them. I think that's really clever because it's really like perfectly done. It's really close. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I like the scenes where they're climbing up the building and they get shot and they fall down. I just like watching it because I like watching the stunts like happen. Like, I think if I did it, I'd be terrified.
Yeah, that's funny because we have the exact same favorite parts.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there you go. Those are my favorite parts too. I think they could probably update it a bit. So it's not the same, 20-some years later. But,
Yeah.
within reason, I mean. Let's not have a whole Crystal Skull refurbishment or anything.
Definitely not. That shouldn't even be mentioned.
That shouldn't even exist. But
why does it exist?
I'm sort of torn on the whole production type thing. This is how it's made. This is how it stunts. But I mean, that's cool. But it sort of ruins the thing when he's getting chased by the ball. They're like, cut, get the fire extinguisher. It's like that kind of just ruined the scene.
Why?
Huh?
Yeah, what else would happen? They just
that's why I don't know if I'd rather see it as just like an Indiana Jones show where stuff just happens to happen.
Yeah.
We don't see the whole behind the scenes stuff, and
Yeah, that could be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about that, whether I'd want the change to be that or. But it's the whole production studio, the director of the movie that they're filming from a movie from the 70s. It's like this is going to actually be a movie that we're sitting in for.
Yeah. That's a bit cheesy.
Definitely check out Indiana Jones, Epic Stunt Spectacular when you go to Hollywood Studios. Mel, you say thumbs up?
I would say thumbs up, yeah.
I give it mostly thumbs up. for the first time you see it, it gets thumbs up. But then after that, it kind of dwindles down. But anyway, for you first timers out there, definitely check it out.
It's good the second time as well because you see things that you missed and then you see the bits you liked and you get to watch them because then you know what happens you know how they do it. So then when you see them doing it, you're like, oh, I knew how they do that now. So Wes is wrong. England wins all. Okay.
Not in the Olympics,
Oh no! You did not just go there, Wesley. You did not just go there. Recent news this week, a new Ratatouille attraction and a themed area was officially announced for the Disneyland Paris Resort. The ride called L'Aventure Totalement Torquidi Remy will shrink riders down to the size of Remy, the famous mouse from the film. They will join Remy and his friends and go through different rooms of the restaurant and escape the wrath of Chef Skinner. It will be located in the new area of the Walt Disney Studios Park and will also include a table service restaurant called Bistro Chef Remy, where you can try the dish Ratatouille, and a featured shop called Chez Marianne Souvenirs de Paris. The Paris. The area will be opening this summer.
So I think it sounds like a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
You were in Disneyland Paris. Did you go to the Studios Park too?
No.
Oh, okay. So
I went on a school trip for a day.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. But anyway, I think it sounds like a pretty good idea. Ratatouille's pretty popular. Well, at least it was when it came out. But I think that's a pretty good idea for a ride. And of course, the shop and it's in the Paris Park, so that would be the place to do it, other than in Epcot in the France Pavilion. But I think it sounds pretty neat. It sounds like the things in the ride are going to be huge if they say you get shrunk down to the size of a mouse. So I'm assuming this Chef Skinner is going to be humongous when you see him or what.
He's only little anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I was just going to say, well, he won't be so big because obviously Chef Skinner's quite small.
No,
but still, like the kitchen and the knives and stuff.
Yeah, everything's going to be pretty big.
Yeah.
So I think it sounds like a good idea. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Although I rarely go to Disneyland Paris, but I might go to see it. I hope they bring it over to Epcot. If it's good, if it gets a lot of attraction, then yeah, it'd be cool if they brought it over to the France Pavilion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds really cool, and I think it's cool to get to try the Ratatouille as well.
Yeah,
because
I think
so. When you watch the film, it explains it and describes it in so much detail. And I know what Ratatouille tastes like, but it'll be interesting to see what they make it come up like. What they make it like.
Right, over to the Animal Kingdom. Mickey's Jammin' Jungle Parade in Disney's Animal Kingdom will be closing in June to make way for Avatar Land and the nighttime entertainment, which will be including street performers. While a new parade has not been announced as of now, it's more than likely another will debut soon. Mickey's Gym and Jungle Parade has been running for almost 13 years and is already causing a stir from fans on social media. We're looking at you, Safari Mike.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. I've seen it in passing, the parade, and I've never actually sat down and watched it, but I always see it like at the end where Mickey's up on the Jeep or whatever, and I'm always like, oh, there goes the parade. But you know, for fans that liked it, yeah, it does kind of suck that it's not going to be there anymore. I mean, the Pixar parade's gone now in Hollywood Studios, so now there's no parades in either one of those right now, and Festival of Fantasy is just going to come in now, so we're really short on parades right now, but it is what it is. So, Emily, you said you saw the parade.
I saw it when I was a kid. I remember a little bit. I remember, like, colors. Colors everywhere. Yeah, I can't remember it very much. So, I know it's upset a lot of people, but I'm fun. Captain America will officially be arriving in Disneyland on the 7th of March. The new meet and greet area is called Captain America, the living legend and symbol of courage, and will have a patriotic setting. Guests can meet Captain America himself in Interventions, along with the Iron Man Hall of Armor and Thor, Treasures of Asgard.
Yes, and if the lines are not too long, I will be taking pictures for our show. If I go into I'll definitely check out the Hall of Armor, so you guys will get that, and maybe Thor and Captain America. And,
yes. Thor, yes. Thor.
I guess my itinerary is already being planned for me for my vacation.
Day of Thor. And I'm out.
And so, well, let's put it this way: I will be getting them if Emily tells me to. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I definitely expected the Captain America. We said it was coming a few weeks ago on the show, but now we know March 7th because the Winter Soldier movie opens in April. Here, at least. It probably is already open for you.
Why, because we get Marvel first?
Yeah.
Woo! England wins. England 2. Okay. Well, you won Olympics. England 2, America 1.
It'll be cool to see Captain America in Disneyland. Hopefully there's not 10-hour lines, but... Also this week, a new version of the Beetlejuice show at Universal Studios opened back up. Now titled Beetlejuice's Graveyard Mashup, favorite characters such as the Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, Frankenstein, and of course, Beetlejuice return as well as new female characters, Fantasia, oh, nope, not Phantasmic, that Fantasia, and Cleopatra. Interesting. There's also a few more backup dancers as well. The songs performed are mostly 80s songs, which, Emily, you probably won't know any of these, including Walk Like an Egyptian, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, What I Like About You, and Smooth Criminal.
Of course I made me want that.
You just said earlier, I don't know any 80s stuff.
I didn't say any 80s stuff.
With a few newer songs mixed in as well. I watched it on YouTube. I thought it was alright. I mean, the Beetlejuice show is just sort of like, whatever. You just sit down. What I'm trying to figure out here, Beetlejuice 2 will be on its way, I don't know when, but they're planning it. When they say King Kong, Back to the Future, and Jaws are out of date and people don't know what they are, how the heck does anyone know who Beetlejuice is?
True. Very
King
true.
Kong or Jaws are.
Very, very true.
I'm shocked you agree with me.
I'm about to say, I can't believe we actually agree on something.
But I'm not going to complain anymore. But
I like that you enjoy the show so much that you watched it on YouTube and not at the place.
Someone had to. And it wasn't going to be you.
Yeah, because I would go see it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would see it too, but...
Yeah, right. You watch it on YouTube.
I won't watch it again till I see it in person.
My sister surprisingly loves Beetlejuice.
I like the movie, I mean...
Yeah. Well, that's what she likes, the movie. And
oh, okay.
she likes the show.
It's fun. I mean, it's fun. There's not that many shows in Universal, so.
True. Two new characters have joined Disney Junior Play and Dine at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Doc McStuffins and Sophia the First. Yay, I love Sophia the First. Join the character breakfast slash lunch located at Hollywood and Vine restaurants.
Well, it sounds like you like this idea.
I do like it. The one thing I get confused with, which my sister and I both get confused of, is when they do Sophia the First. I kind of understand, but why do they why is she a character costume?
I know what you mean, yeah.
Why is she not like Cinderella? Why is she not dressed up in the thing with the wig? Because she's massive.
Yeah, she's like this little kid, and then all of a sudden, she's bigger than like Mickey Mouse. But...
Yeah, it's like the teacups in the Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. Yay!
Yeah, I think it's good for the kids to have these. Huh?
And me.
Yeah, and Emily, of course. Yeah, I always liked the character breakfast when I was young, even though sometimes they scared the crap out of me. I'd be like, ah! But
no.
It's fun.
Two new limited time only sandwiches are available at the Earl of Sandwhich in downtown Disney. The new sandwiches are a Philly cheesesteak and a barbecue chicken sandwich that both look delicious and are only priced at $5.99 each. There are also some limited time sides, bacon mac and cheese and brownie bark. Rough.
Rough. I went to Earl of Sandwich for the first time on my last trip, and I absolutely loved it. I am planning on going there at least twice when I go to Disneyland. I had a barbecue chicken sandwich like the one that they're talking about, and it was really good, I thought. So I will be definitely checking that out. Emily, I see you making faces at me. What do you not like, Earl of Sandwich?
I don't know. I've never been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why would you? Yeah, okay.
It's really good.
Twice in one vacation. Why?
Because it's really good.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyway, yeah. So maybe I'll if they're still there, maybe I'll take a chance on the new sandwiches and check them out.
Send me one.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be good.
It'll be good by the time it gets here, like a week later. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll throw it in your box. And finally, new pictures from the upcoming Seven Dwarfs Mine Train were released, showing some of the props that can be seen in the attraction. The props include buckets, lanterns, and some cool-looking gems inspired by the Snow White film. Yeah, and evidently it's getting there. The Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I saw people on Twitter saying sometime in the next few months that they're going to let the pass holders on and try and do a few run-throughs. So that'll be awesome. I think the ride looks cool. Are you excited for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train?
Yeah, I mean, I went to Disney World in August, so it was being built, and you could see like through the little through like the renovation walls, like they had a little gap, and you could look through, and it was getting there. They had tracks down, and I was talking to Curtis Stone. You should check out his page. It's at Geeking on Walt Disney World. Yeah, I was talking to him about it, and he was saying how beautiful it's going to look, 'cause it's right in the center. Like as you're walking towards like the new Fantasyland stuff, as you're walking through it, it's got, you know, the castle that's on my Twitter like picture, the little pieces of the castle there, and then you'll see just over there will be the train, and you can kind of walk around it. You'll be walking around it. It's going to look really nice, right in the center. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's going to be really beautiful.
All right, and this week we already reached a milestone here at the HitchHiking Host Show. Yeah, we've got our 200th follower, and that was like the other day, and we're already at like 240 something. So that's pretty cool. So thanks. I said I put out a tweet this week, and I said we are at 199. The next person who follows us gets a shout out on this week's show. Here it is. Shout out to Jeff Adams 03 for being our 200th follower on the Twitter.
No, you didn't just do that.
Definitely thanks to all our new followers, the old followers too, and we're going to be doing some interesting stuff on Twitter, some new stuff, so definitely follow us if you don't, and see what happens. Well, that does it for another show. Emily, why don't you let everyone know where they can reach you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter, it's at EL5AME, and that's it.
Alright, and for me, of course, you can subscribe for my movie reviews, youtube.com/westside515. Subscribe to our Hitchhiking Host Show page, youtube.com/hitchhostshow. You can follow me on Twitter, at WesAList. Follow our Hitchhiking Host Show Twitter, at HitchHostShow. And, of course, our Facebook page, facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Alright, until next time, don't forget to...
Hurry back,
for the next episode.
See you next week. The scare floor will be painted. Empty. It'll be empty.